So whoever saw the previous video to this will see that I had a massive rant and a moan about parcel force and mailboxes who let me down and sent me a damaged clock because I didn't pay the insurance. So, you know, if you don't pay insurance, they just smash everything they're going to send to you. So, yeah, screw you. Anyway, moaning over, I'm going to start working on this one bit by bit. I'm not going to make a very detailed restoration of this because, again, those of you that watch my videos will see it's pretty much I'm doing the same thing over and over, and even I'm feeling like embarrassed by it. But nevertheless, I'm going to do a sort of speeded up version of the highlights and whatever, and if there's anything sort of technically new that I haven't done before, and I'll sort of show you that in more detail. So to begin with, all I'm going to do with this is glue that back on. I'm going to wash it down with warm soapy water and dry it off and get the case polished up to begin with, and then I'll start on the mechanism, which again I may flick through on this video because you've seen me do it 1,000 times, or maybe like 20 times actually, but you've seen me do it before. So as I said, all I'm using is a little bit of fairy liquid on a cloth which I've wrung out as best as possible, and just get the surface grime off. And there's probably many years of grime on this. As usual, try not to over soak it because these are held together by plaster of Paris, and that reacts with water and can make the clock fall apart. So can getting it sent by parcel force make it fall apart, but that's another story. Yeah, I'm going to keep on digging at you gits, that's right. If any of you lot from parcel force and mailboxes are watching, I will keep on digging. So I've given it a wash and dried it off, and I'm just going to use a little bit of methylated spirits now to wipe over it, see if I can get any more of this grime off. Yeah, there is, like, it is coming off. Quite like methylated spirits, it evaporates nicely and it breaks down any grease. Other than that, there ain't much damage to this clock, apart from, of course, what parcel force and mailboxes did to it. This clock has probably had quite a good life up until then, till it was abused. But the clock has come to the sanctuary now, and we look after these clocks. We like the Battersea Clocks home, but not in Battersea, in Essex. I rescue these neglected clocks and show them love. Make them see that it wasn't their fault that parcel force and mailboxes mistreated them. It wasn't their fault at all. Oh, black stuff coming off on this. Probably boot polish. Yeah, no. You know, it's a good sign when you're rubbing it and no dirt has come off. Well, no, it's on there now. I'm cleaning that top bit separately, and I'll just glue it on. So at some point you'll be watching me do something on the clock, and then all of a sudden the top of it will be on, and I haven't even said nothing, because you know how I do it. I like to use silicone and glue it back together and wait 24 hours, blah blah blah. Because I don't want to bore you with all that. So I'm actually doing this. Today is New Year's Eve. Tomorrow we're 2021. Let's see what joys and delights 2021 brings us. One of my favourite songs is that one by Zager and Evans, a really old 60s song. In the year 2525, that thing. And it just goes on about the world and are we going to still be alive, and you know what, I could certainly think, I remember like in the 70s when I was a kid at school, like the year 2000 was like, just imagine that there will be flying cars and teleportation units, or and God knows what, like that. What a world it must be. Never mind like 2020. Oh my God, would have I ever thought that I would live to be around in the year 2020, 2021? It's getting ridiculous. I turned 59 a few weeks ago. I'm touching 60. Like, really? Like me, 60 years old? I haven't grown up yet. How can I be 60 years old? Meanwhile, I've got 3 kids and 2 grandchildren. How have I managed to do that? I've had businesses, I've had, I don't know, all the things I've done in my life, and I think, how did I get to that? And I'm still a kid. I still honestly feel like I'm a kid. Maybe because I'm immature and I haven't sort of accepted that I've grown up. Or maybe I haven't grown up. And here I am, you know, 59 years old, doing YouTube videos. My kids think it's great. Like Modern Daddy. Look how much black's coming off of that. Yeah, Modern Daddy. I don't really do all this Instagram and stuff. Facebook I hate. I cannot stand Facebook. It's got its uses like Marketplace, and that's about it. Not really willing to sort of volunteer all my private information on where I'm going and checking in and look what I've eaten. I'm like, all you Facebook fans, look, I'm eating breakfast. Wow, do me a favour. Yes, I'm having a rant today. I had COVID. Today is probably like the second day of me being okay with it. It wasn't horrific for me. I know for some people it can be. It wasn't terrible. It was a bloody inconvenience. I'm quite hyperactive, so the fact that I couldn't be as hyperactive as I wanted to be because my body wouldn't let me was a massive inconvenience. But I'm better now. In fact, we all of us had it in this house. 4 of us had it in this house, and it's only now my wife is still struggling with it slightly. The only symptoms I've got left now are the I can't smell. Someone said to me when I had COVID, have you lost your sense of smell? I said, no, I haven't got that side effect, but one really good side effect I've got though is that my farts no longer smell. I know it's stupid, it's like my own joke. Right, there we are. This is cleaned up, ready for a little bit of putty on there. Glue the top on, stick that on, and then I can polish it, do all the gilding on it, which I'll show you very quickly when I come to doing it, and then get on to the clock. This is what I'm going to use to repair the couple of chips that are on there. Yeah. I'll show you the stuff that I use, but I ain't getting paid for it. So it's not because I'm trying to make you go and buy and well, like no company's giving me any money for any of this at the moment. It'd be nice if it was though. You know, these people earning fortunes off of YouTube. Right, so it's actually starting to go off a bit, I think. I'm going to put this on the radiator, warm up a little bit. I've got to just knead it together until it all goes flat. Let's just say that, yeah, that needs to warm up a bit, I think. It's a bit cold out here in my little workshop, even though I've got a radiator on now, but overnight it freezes in here. Now I've had that sitting on the radiator for about 5 minutes and it's really soft now, so nice and workable. Alright, so first bit I'm going to just put in there. First, like I said, I like to smear a bit on there, get it into the grain of the brake. So I quite like little areas like this, which I think are probably too small to take a filling. I might try anyway. If it comes off when I rub it down, then I've not lost nothing. But I like things to be sort of nice and clean and sharp lined. Yeah, another one of those areas where it's just a little bit chipped. Which obviously over the years of its life, it's picked up here and there. Until the fateful day when Parcel Force and Mailboxes decided to get their ugly hands on it. Right, okay. That's it for as far as preparing the shell of the case is concerned. And I'll just let that go off, and meanwhile I'm going to take the mechanism apart, get that all cleaned up and ready. By the time that's ready, then I'll be ready to polish the clock and finish off the case. Right, so time to start taking the mechanism apart. Should have got all my tools together before I began, but I think I've more or less got everything. Apart from where my glasses, and I don't know where they are. Let's begin with taking off the hands. There's a tiny little piece of wire that's holding on these hands. Alright, so that's that done. Take out the pins holding the dial and the bezel on. Put that to one side for a moment, but I just wanted to show you this. Look how bent up that is. We know who to thank for that, don't we? I'll give you one guess. Getting both right, it's two people whose fault that is. Right, so next I'll take off the bell. The striker needs to come off, but I'm not sure. There you go. Yeah, there was should have been a little pin going through there, but there wasn't one. Take off the pendulum suspension mechanism. Does this come out at the same time? No, not yet. The key guard is missing off of that side. It's a shame. This is actually really clean. It's not bad at all. Time to use my newly bought let down tool. And that one's already let down. Now the right way to do this is to take off the little spring which holds the ratchet lock in place, which is not what I did on this side. So just because I say it's the right thing don't mean to say I do the right thing. Then just release the pressure tension on the ratchet, and it's so much easier with this tool. I struggled doing this job using keys before. Surprised I never tore my hands apart. Well, I lost a fingernail on one of these clocks, so There's an S on there which tells me it's a strike side. The 3 dots on there, which will relate to something, 3 dots I'm sure. There you have it, all taken apart, ready for cleaning.